Okay, guys, we're continuing on with trying to figure out this whole mess with Paul. This is just something to think about and pray about. So let's talk about the book of Revelation. The book of Revelation was given to the Apostle John and was given from Jesus Christ himself. Okay? The first church that Jesus addresses in, I think, chapter 2 is the church of Ephesus. Now, Ephesus is where John and Mary lived. I did search this up a little bit, and I tried to find out if Mary would have possibly been there when Paul was teaching this baloney. It appears they might have missed each other by a year or so. So good for Mary, because I couldn't imagine having my son die on a cross for a gospel and then have somebody coming in and totally saying this is the new gospel. But John was there. John was there. And do you think for a second he would sit there and listen to a new gospel getting taught that, first of all, he hadn't heard nothing about, seeing as he was called with the rest to be the apostle to the Gentiles, right? But do you think he would put up with that? This was John the beloved. He was so close to Jesus. No. So what's the first thing he compliments? Jesus compliments the town of Ephesus. He praises them for detecting false apostles. I do love the fact that he says apostles, not prophets, not teachers, apostles. You guys, the false apostle they threw out was Paul. Paul is a false apostle. Does he say everything wrong? No, he was never called to be an apostle. Jesus Christ called 12 of his closest friends and disciples who walked with him to be apostles to the Gentiles. We are going to continue going through a few more scriptures. Okay, you need to dig this out for yourself, but I'm going to give you jumping off points, okay? So, as far as I'm concerned, you either need to believe the philosophies of Paul mingled with scriptures or the words coming out of the mouth of Jesus Christ. I personally have chosen to look for the words coming out of the mouth of Jesus Christ. So pray about it, think about it, and let's move on and try to look for some more. So till then, remember, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Let's be following him. See ya.